looking at Community Field in Knox, Indiana, where tonight, for the 77th time, Stark County rivals get together in one of the area's most bitter rivalries. Number 8 North Judson takes on the Knox Redskins on this edition of the 46th Game of the Week. Missing our Hall of Fame partner Bob Nagel, still with the Hall of Fame partner Bo Hutt. It's Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us for what we think will be an exciting night of high school football on TV 46. The North Judson Blue Jays come in with a record of 3-0. They're ranked number 8 in Class 1A. And Brett Lambert really likes the all-around makeup of his team that runs the Flexbone.
Yeah, they run this great Flexbone offense that's really shown production this year, and it's one of those things that really has to come through fruition for this season for them to win this conference. 3-0, sitting at the top of the conference with 2 wins. This game tonight is very important for them. They need to get to 3-0.
And lined up against their rivals, Brett Lambert gives us a fingers on the pulse of his team entering tonight's game.
I mean, there's nerves in a game like this. But they're confident. I mean, they are. Definitely not cockiness. That's not how we are. That's not how we coach them. But they're confident they can get this done. They're confident in the game plan. They feel really good about coming over here and breaking the winning streak that Knox has. Because, traditionally, North Judson's a team who has dominated the series over the course of time. But lately, that hasn't been the case. So it's time for us to put up or shut up.
Russ Radke is in year 2 of his tenure at Knox, and the kids are still getting adjusted to him. He's still getting adjusted to the kids. They are 1-2, but he likes the improvement he's seen.
Oh, that's definitely one of the things. He likes the improvement, but still, I could go back to last week with Plymouth. What's Knox's identity? Russ Radke's run this offense wherever he goes, but he likes to adapt a little bit here and there with the players that he has. Only 6 seniors on this team. So I think that's one of the huge things that they're looking for is what's their identity, who's going to step up, and who's going to be the leader of this team.
But the man now in his 45th year of coaching high school football is focused on the positives entering tonight's game.
I think the players themselves listening and doing what we request that they do assignment-wise. We started out with Winnemac and we were ahead a couple times and didn't finish the game. We were ahead of Rochester and we didn't finish the game. Last week, we finished the game. We played hard right through the whole thing. Played a 4A school, Highland, up out of the region. And so I think they're all starting to come together that way. And that's maturation, and I think they feel a little bit of success on their own factory. Kids grow on attitude if they have success. And it might not always be the win or loss of the game, it's just that they're individual through the game. If they can hit 500 or 70% somewhere in there, you're going to have a great team.
But the legend of Russ Radke did not grow on the Knox sidelines. It grew on the North Judson sidelines, where he spent 10 years early in his coaching career. And he's got a Knox team now that has won 5 straight in this rivalry. I get the feeling that weighs heavily on the minds of the Blue Jays tonight.
I think it does. I mean, they come in here, Sagarin ratings, they're the favorite, but this class, they have not beaten the senior class. They have not beaten this Knox team. So they're coming in here. They have the drive. They have the momentum as well. But I think there's a little nerves down inside, a little butterflies saying, hey, we have to get this one, and that just puts that much more pressure on your team.
Much like politics these days, the 2 stands will be divided in red and blue. It will be a little friendlier. We've got the Jordan Automotive Keys to Win next on the 46th Game of the Week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by TCU, Jordan Automotive Group, Bill's Heating, Intera Credit Union, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, St. Andrews Products, and the IHSAA.
And this edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome everybody to the Silver Leaf Florist and Boutique pregame show as we get you ready for this Stark County rivalry between number 8 North Judson St. Pierre and Knox. And it's time now to look at our keys to win, brought to you by the aforementioned Jordan Auto Group. And I'll tell you, North Judson has a speedster player that reminds me a little bit of you when you played. His name is Cheyenne Allen, and the reason he reminds me of you is he is so explosive when he touches the football. Terrific running back who is looking right now at 263 yards rushing on 23 carries, 166 yards receiving. He's also had a kick return for a touchdown this year. And then they have a terrific two-way player in Owen Frazier, the 6'2", 200-pound senior, averaging almost 7 yards a touch, and also the leading tackler on the defense. The keys to win for the Blue Jays.
Well, the keys to win tonight for Brett Lambert's team is get physical on defense. Biggest thing is get in their face, make sure they're physical every single play. Be special on special teams. They want to make sure that they go out, they make some plays and have some special plays on special teams and hold on to the ball. And that's not just turnovers, that's on drives on offense. Holding on to that ball, running the clock, sustaining drives.
Now as the Knox Redskins get ready to take the field here at Community Field, we'll check out their key players. And the Redskins are led by one of the smaller players on the field, but one of the quickest and the toughest. We'll start with the quarterback, Cohen Watson, 6'2", 165 pounds and a junior. Watson is 10 out of 19 throwing the ball for 304 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 128. And they also have Gunnar Kraus, the 5'7", 155-pound senior, running back and linebacker. Kraus, one of the leading tacklers on defense, but offense is where he has really sparkled this year, rushing for 271 yards. The keys to win for Russ Radke and the Redskins.
The keys to win tonight for the Redskins, a quick start. They want to get out. They want to have explosive plays early, get out, get on the scoreboard first, and low man wins. That's on the line. That's not the golf analogy that Bob likes. It's getting low, getting that drive, and really driving through. Know your job, do your job. This type of offense that Russ Radke runs, you have to be disciplined. You have to run your offensive assignments and know where you're supposed to be at all times.
The series history between these two teams, as you take a look at Brett Lambert, the head coach of North Judson, over on the Blue Jays sideline, goes all the way back to 1949, the second longest continuous rivalry in our area. The Blue Jays have a commanding lead as we get ready for series chapter number 77, but the last 5 chapters have been written by the Knox Redskins, and last year they wrote it with a shutout, 14-0 on September 11th. The weather tonight sponsored by our friends at Welcome Matt Real Estate Boyd Chamber of Commerce weather in Stark County tonight. 70 degrees, little gentle zephyr coming out of the southwest at 8 miles an hour, and there's not a chance of rain with a clear sky overhead tonight. Captain's meeting at midfield gives us a chance to introduce our officials for tonight. Jason Schupert is the referee. He's working with Mark Elias, Charles Breitenfeld, Ben Baker, and Mark Angelo Terry.
As you look out there, you got some great uniforms tonight. The St. Andrews Products pregame uniform check. The home team tonight, the Knox Redskins, jersey colors red. They got white numbers, and they got white roll tide across the back. The pants navy in color, and their helmet is red. And for the visiting team, the North Judson Blue Jays, jersey color white, navy stripe down the side with gold numbers that we cannot see from here. Their pant color is gold, and the helmet color is gold as well.
So we thank St. Andrews Products for their sponsorship, and we also thank Silverleaf Florist and Boutique as our pregame show sponsor tonight. So the coin flip has been held. Knox has deferred, and North Judson will receive, and they will defend the goal to the south here at Community Field. John Hampton working with the special teams over on the North Judson sideline. Brett Lambert, the head coach over there, 19-8 in his 3rd season. Meanwhile, you see Bo Radke, the coach's son, one of the assistant coaches, working for his dad, Russ, who is in his 45th season of coaching, 375 wins and 147 losses. That 375, by the way, second among active coaches.
Yeah, he's definitely been around a while. Talking to him early before the game. Going to be celebrating, I believe, his 50th wedding anniversary next summer, and just been around coaching forever and been around this community, not just North Judson and Knox, but been around this area for quite some time.
So Jake Conroy does the kicking for the Knox Redskins. And the Blue Jays, with a couple of deep men, only all the way back to the 15-yard line. As you take a look at Cheyenne Ellen over there on the left and Peyton Roberts on the near side.
This is our first time down here, and a lot of new things are down here. All these complexes, their baseball, softball field. I had the privilege of coaching on the baseball field down here a year after it was built, but great facilities they have down here in Knox.
They kicked away from Cheyenne Allen, but this is Gabe Ellis. And he spins his way all the way to the midfield stripe. So Gabe Ellis, a junior, with a big return for North Judson St. Pierre. And the Blue Jays will start 1st and 10 with Aldrich Harper at the quarterback position. 5'11" junior, good three-sport athlete. Harper, 5'11", 155 pounds, and a junior. Not necessarily known as a passing quarterback, but he can run well in this flex mode.
Yeah, that's one of the things we will not see tonight necessarily is a lot of passing between these two teams. Unless somebody comes out with a wrinkle that we heard might happen.
Harper put a man in motion. He wants to throw right away, going over the top, and it's incomplete. Off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Cheyenne Allen. They were going for the home run ball right away and almost had it. Let's take a look at that North Judson starting lineup now. And for the Blue Jays, we told you about Cheyenne Allen in the backfield, the Frazier Cousins, Kason Sanchez, a definite wide receiving threat. Big offensive line, highlighted by the guards, Canyon Minix and Brennan Benson. Well, he said there could be a wrinkle there, and we almost saw it on the opening play.
Well, that was right there, and those plays right there you put in for certain situations, and you hope that you're successful on them, and they were right there and very able to be successful. And another right off the get, going right back at him.
They're going to go right back to it, and it's touchdown, Cheyenne Allen. 50-yard strike from Harper to Allen, and the Blue Jays are on the board in 2 plays.
Here we get to see a great replay sponsored by the town of North Judson. Great job of just getting free, getting behind the defender again, back-to-back plays. And as a defender, you notice that as they're coming off, they ran just a little bit of a twist on that play and didn't run it quite the same. 7
catches for Cheyenne Allen this year. 3 of them have gone to the house. That's his 9th touchdown of the year. The extra point attempt is up, and it is good off the foot of Blake Gomez, the exchange student from Spain. And just like that, 21 seconds in, North Judson takes a 7-0 lead, and you get another look on the town of North Judson replay. It almost worked so well the first time, why not go right back to it?
Yeah, they decided, let's just go right back to it. Let's run it again. A lot of teams, you run that, what they call a trick play. That's not necessarily a trick play, it's just something that they don't normally run. You run it, and then you forget about it the rest of the game. They just said, hey, let's go right back to it, and they did, and they had success at it.
All set up by the brilliant special teams return by Gabe Ellis, which gave them great field position to start with.
And we talked about keys to win just a second ago, and the quick start, well, that was for Knox. That wasn't for North Judson. This is not the start that Knox wanted to have with North Judson coming out right away. The TV 46 High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Listing Leaders Integrity with offices in Knox, North Judson, and South Bend. Buying or selling, contact Listing Leaders Integrity at 772-LIST, L-I-S-T. Listing Leaders Integrity, changing real estate forever.
And we also want to thank Behind Bars Power Sports for sponsoring all 4 quarters tonight, including this first quarter. And Patrick Auto Group, our Facebook live stream sponsor. So 7-0 North Judson with a home run strike from Aldrich Harper to Cheyenne Allen on the second play of the game. And now the Blue Jays will tee it up. Jake Conroy, the near man deep. Peyton Roberts' kick will be fielded. Well, Conroy will finally pick it up at the 11. Conroy tried to get to the left side, could not outrun. Good pursuit coverage by North Judson. And the tackle made by the 19-yard line. So that's where Knox will take over, 1st and 10, with Cohen Watson at quarterback. Watson, a 6'2", 165-pound junior, has tossed for 304 yards and a couple of touchdowns this year. He, like Aldrich Harper, a 3-sport athlete.
Yeah, a lot of school kids in these smaller schools like this, you see it all the time. 3-sport athletes, 2-sport athletes. Not a lot of these kids play a single sport, just one single sport throughout their high school career.
Gunnar Kraus, the back to the right of Cohen Watson, and it's Kraus taking the handoff and being bottled up at the line of scrimmage by the North Judson defense. Probably a loss of 1 on the play as we meet this Knox offense. We told you about Kraus. Logan Taylor getting the start tonight at halfback. Keep an eye on Declan Austin. He's a weapon at the tight end spot. Not a very big offensive line. It's led by Cody Winkler, the 6'2", 260-pound senior. Loss of 1 on the play. It's 2nd and 11. North Judson running a 4-4 defense. They'll sometimes walk those outside linebackers up, play them as defensive ends, and you see a little bit of that here. Almost a 6-2 look by the Blue Jays. And they hand it off, and again, nothing doing against that North Judson defense. Is big Brennan Benson, all 300 pounds of him, the junior All-State defensive tackle, comes up and makes the stop. Let's meet the rest of the Blue Jays along the front line. As you see, Logan Radke at defensive end. The linebackers really good with the Frazier cousins, Tanner Hampton, and Harper, the quarterback, playing linebacker as well. And a lot of experience in that secondary with Peyton Robertson, Case, and Sanchez.
Yeah, this North Judson defense, they just want to pack it in. You can really see them just taking that run away. Linebackers are up close, D-line's up there with their forefront, really challenging Knox to go to the air.
3rd and 11. Looks like they might have some double coverage out here on Austin. Watson in trouble in the backfield, and the quarterback gets away from one man but couldn't get away from the whole North Judson defense. He'll be taken down at the 9-yard line as Drew Zimmerman comes in and makes the stop for the Blue Jays. Zimmerman, the junior defensive end, having a very good year. Gets his 19th tackle of the season as you get another look on the town of North Judson replay.
Great job of really just getting in and getting pressure on the quarterback there. Quarterback's got to definitely get rid of it a little bit sooner on those plays.
Cheyenne Allen waiting for the punt in his own territory. Gunnar Kraus averaging only about 25 yards a kick so far this year. And Kraus has to punt from the shadow of his own goalpost. And he hits an end-over-end kick that bounces in front of the Knox sideline and goes out of bounds at the 32. So again, great field position for North Judson when we come back. 9:10 to go, first quarter. Blue Jays lead at 7-0 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Intera Credit Union. We get it, and we've got it. And what we've got so far is a 7-0 North Judson lead with 9:10 to go, first quarter. Aldrich Harper, 1 of 2 through the air for 50 yards on that first drive. And Harper wants to throw again. He's going up top again. He's got another North Judson touchdown. It's Owen Frazier with his 3rd catch of the year and his first TD grab. And just like that, 3 minutes in, the Blue Jays are up 13-0.
Well, Brett Lambert came out and just said, hey, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to go right at you, and you're not going to be able to stop us with these plays. We're going to try to get the quick start. We're trying to get you down early, and they have just done that. 3 plays. 2 completions, 2 touchdowns, just like that. Field position's been a huge factor in this game so far as well.
So again, Blay Gomez, the exchange student from Spain, on to try the extra point. The snap, set down, and kick are all good. And it is 14-0 North Judson. Only 3 minutes in, the town of North Judson would like to show us once again the replay here of the touchdown.
Yeah, the town of North Judson wants to give a special shout out to the student athletes competing on the field, on the court, and in the classroom this fall, as well as to all the students and staff kicking off a new school year. The town of North Judson working hard to build a better, more vibrant community for generations ahead.
What a great grab for Owen Frazier there. As I mentioned, his 3rd catch of the year. Frazier, a 3-sport athlete at North Judson, a member of the National Honor Society, and also a member of the homecoming court last year.
We'd also like to give a big thank you for 1056 Brewing. They fed our crew tonight, and 1056 Brewing is a proud sponsor of Young Athletics and wishing both teams the best of success on the season. They have outstanding burgers, pizzas, and craft beer beverages in a great family-friendly environment. 1056 is deeply rooted in the community. Bring the family or the team down for a great experience.
Tell you what, the crew, among the faithful of that 1056 Brewery pizza, they enjoyed that immensely tonight.
I just hear a, oh yeah. It was definitely good.
So here's Peyton Roberts getting ready to kick it again. The best start North Judson could have hoped for. They've run 3 plays and they have 2 touchdowns, up 14-0. Roberts with a pooch kick that'll be taken back at the 18-yard line. And the return coming upfield, and a flag comes in as Baylor Huff brings it back to the 31.
We'll see what the flag is, but this is a very important drive for Knox. They really need to get some momentum here. Need to move the ball. They need to pick up a couple first downs here and get a little bit of momentum. And right there, we're going ahead and moving it back on the holding call.
That will not help the momentum nor the mood of Russ Radke over on the Knox sideline. Radke, who won 99 games as the head coach of North Judson back in the 70s and 80s, coming here to Knox after a very successful stint at New Prairie. So take the ball back to the 19-yard line now for the Redskins to set up 1st and 10. And look at the number of people North Judson has at the line of scrimmage. Gunnar Kraus finds a little bit of a seam and pops it open for about 3 yards before Zimmerman comes in and makes the tackle again from the defensive end spot.
Yeah, North Judson's just packing that box in there. They're getting up the line of scrimmage. They're just manning up right up front. They're not getting anybody beat. They're just challenging them.
Well, and even from this high up, you can take a look at that North Judson defensive line and see the physical size difference between them and most of the Knox offensive line. And they've taken advantage of that so far. 2nd and 8. Watson on play action, kept it himself on the option, and Cohen Watson able to squeeze it out to the 25-yard line. He'll set up his team for a 3rd and 4. Not unusual for Watson to do that. He had 31 carries on the year coming in for 128 yards.
Sets up a manageable 3rd and 4 here. But again, this is important down here. They need to get a couple first downs to really stop the momentum that North Judson has.
You see a situation like this, and immediately, my eyes at least, go to number 87, Declan Austin. He's down here at the bottom of your screen, and looks like he's got single coverage.
Yeah, and he's 6'6". He definitely has a height advantage. Just throw it up to him.
And he threw it too wide.
Yep.
Austin was open, but Watson threw it away from him. Perhaps the wrong route was run, or Watson just made a bad throw. But either way, it's 3rd and 4, or 4th and 4 now. And Knox will have to punt.
The Point in North Judson is proud to support Blue Jays athletics. Come on down and have the burger rated best in Stark County, or check out their great menu of sandwiches, sides, and drinks. And don't forget the ice cream, their soft serve, hand dip, milkshakes, malts, and more. Only at the Point Drive-In.
So again, Gunnar Kraus lining up in punt formation. And Kraus with a much better boot this time. It will hit on the North Judson side of the field, roll inside the 40 all the way to the 36. And that's where the Blue Jays will take over with 7:29 to go, 1st quarter.
We'd also like to thank Zingo Express in Knox. They wish them the best for all the Redskins student athletes this season. Zingo Express, serving Knox since 1931.
Well, we saw the explosiveness early on of number 40, Cheyenne Allen, as he caught a 50-yard touchdown reception. And coming into the game tonight, Allen has been averaging over 18 yards per touch this season. He didn't hurt that with the first grab of the night. North Judson has yet to keep the ball on the ground. They won't do it here. Harper rolls out, fires, and it's complete. Intercepted. Cohen Watson, what a play. Cohen Watson comes over and makes the pick on the sideline, and that is just what the doctor ordered for the Redskins.
Definitely looked like the ball might have been caught by the receiver, but looked like Watson might have took it away from him.
Yeah, Watson comes down with that one hand, strips the receiver, and takes it right through the legs of Cason Sanchez for the interception.
That was a great replay by our camera crew and the town of North Judson on that replay.
So 1st and 10, down at the 40-yard line. Wow, what a play by Watson. And now let's see if he can build on it. They run up the middle with Gunnar Kraus. Kraus is loose in the North Judson secondary and gets out to the 28-yard line for a first down. First down of the night for the Redskins on a 12-yard scamper by the outstanding wrestler and running back Gunnar Kraus.
That interception must have given just a little bit of a drive there. They came out, offensive line actually blocked a lot better on that play right there. It made a little hole for him, scampered through it.
Well, Russ Radke talked to us before the game about the confidence of his team and the fact that they need success in order to build that confidence. The Watson interception, the first success of the night for the Redskins. Now here's Kraus trying to get around the outside and nothing doing. Great defensive play. What a beautiful job of keeping the outside arm free that time by Tanner Hampton to make the stop.
Yeah, that's a textbook play right here by your defensive end. He kept his outside shoulder free. He attacked the outside shoulder of the running back, making sure that he didn't get the corner. That's one of the biggest things that happens when somebody does a sweep. I always loved it when that defensive end got caught up inside just a little bit and you got that corner on him, because then you're gone because there's nobody else out there.
That's Hampton, the senior linebacker's second tackle for loss this season. It pushes Knox back to the 31 to set up 2nd and 13. Midway through the first quarter here at Community Field in Knox. And a flag thrown and a whistle blown as the play clock expired, and a delay of game will not delight anybody on the Knox sideline.
No, and that was one of those things that I was looking at the first drive as well. They were taking kind of their little bit of longer than normal in their time coming out and calling the plays. They were getting down to 4 and 5 seconds, and normally like to get out there and go.
2nd and 17. Watson working from the gun. Hands it off to Kraus. He had some room, and look at him go. Gunnar Kraus all the way out to the 22-yard line before he's brought down. And that'll get him close to the first down marker. It'll be 3rd and about 4 after a 13-yard pickup.
There you saw the great hole that was opened up for him. He was just following his blocks through the hole. Great job reading it, picking up that big yardage there.
Cason Sanchez was able to come over and make the stop. Knox hit with 2 bombs early on in this game. Now trying to respond with a drive after the Cohen Watson interception. And again, you see how North Judson packs the box in. Watson gives it off to Kraus, and there's no room to run that time. Only a pickup of 1. Shut down by that North Judson defense as Quentin Frazier came in and made the stop for the linebacker slot. He is the junior and the younger of the 2 Frazier cousins on this team.
That brings up a 4th and 4, and at this point in the game, down 14-0, deep in your zone, looks like they're going to go for it. It might take their time, maybe call a timeout here. They did get the play in.
Knox
15 seconds.
He is 2 of 5 on 4th downs this season. 4th and 4, the play clock now down to 5. Watson hands it off. Kraus scoops his way across the 20, and I don't think he made it.
No, I don't think he made it either. Came up, just got tripped up just a little bit and wasn't able to dive forward as farther as he wanted to. And so turnover on downs, North Judson ball. Good stop by the defense after that turnover.
Had to get past the 19, couldn't quite get there. You get another look thanks to the town of North Judson. And terrific pursuit by the Blue Jay defense. Managed to shut the door on that one.
Will we see the first run of the night for this North Judson offense?
Aldrich Harper is 2 of 4 throwing the football with 1 interception. He'll hand it off this time and going up the middle and only picking up about a yard or 2. And let's meet the Knox defense after the run that time by Quentin Frazier. Hayden Binkley anchors that defensive line. Luke Holst in there as well. The linebacking core is the heart and soul of this defense. The secondary, well, they've already been picked on twice tonight and given up a pair of touchdowns. 2nd and 8 after Frazier managed to struggle his way up for 2 yards. Handoff this time, and it's Quentin Frazier again, tackled forward. Ball popped loose, but well after Frazier had hit the turf. And he gets up to about the 26-yard line, which will set up a 3rd and 4.
That's a great job right there. I mean, he was stuffed at the line of scrimmage, but he just kept his feet driving and spun around a little bit and just kept driving forward, picked up 3 yards on that carry.
Caden Reisner came in and made the tackle that time for Knox. 3rd and 4. Knox a little bit deliberate getting the play in, but they still have plenty of time on the play clock. Big gap over the center, and that's where North Judson will run it for a 1st down. As the Blue Jays managed to use the tailback Allen as an isolation blocker that time for Gabe Ellis. And Ellis takes it right behind his blocker, as you'll see on the Town of North Judson replay.
Yeah, that was a great job of coming through and making that cutback.
It was Cody Winkler who came in and made the tackle for Knox, but not until Ellis was able to get to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays, already leading 14-0. Harper has aired it out a couple of times. Do they keep it on the ground again here? Harper calls his own number and nothing doing as he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Well read that time by Alex Wackel, who comes over and makes the stop for the defensive end position. Wackel, a 2-sport athlete here at Knox, as the junior is also a member of the basketball team.
And we'd like to thank Welcome Mat Real Estate. They're a proud sponsor of tonight's Knox North Judson game and wishes both teams success this season. Why list with Welcome Mat? Well, they got experienced agents, leading edge technology, quality marketing plan, and no additional fees.
2nd and 10 for the Jays at their own 37. Harper under center will pitch it out. And there is some running room on the outside for Owen Frazier as he takes it across midfield to the 48. And Frazier with a nice pickup of 15 that time. Owen Frazier probably the least used of the Knox running backs, but he shows his elusiveness here as he was able to break away from 2 or 3 tackles.
I love the downfield blocking that we saw in that play as well. Just staying with your drive until that whistle blows and keep pushing them downfield, and that opens up because you never know where the running back's going to be.
1st and 10 from the 48. Counting down towards a minute to go here in the 1st quarter. And again, it's Owen Frazier. This time brought down after a pickup of 2. Logan Taylor comes up and makes the stop for the Knox defense. Taylor, a member of the baseball team. He's a pitcher for the Redskins. This Knox defense has been hurt by the running game this year. 172 yards per game given up on the ground. They had been pretty good against the pass until tonight.
Yeah, and that's one of the things coming in. I mean, Knox notorious, or North Judson being a running team, and you figured how much yards Knox has given up, we'd see a lot more running early on, but saw the passing, of course, the first 2 drives.
Movement along the line of scrimmage. I didn't see a single flag thrown, though. And there's a pickup of about 2 on the play to set up a 3rd and 6.
It was one of those where you start moving forward and kind of falling forward and can't stop yourself. And I was waiting for the flag to kind of come out slowly and throw it as well, but nothing came out.
I'm not pointing fingers, but I know somebody did something illegal there. And it looks as though North Judson is content to flip ends of the field with a 14-0 lead after 1 period of play here at Community Field. Aldrich Harper was the star of the 1st quarter. First, he found Cheyenne Allen. Then he went up top to Owen Frazier. The Blue Jays lead the Redskins 14-0 after 1 on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. Bo Hunt, much more comfortable tonight up here in the press box rather than down on the sideline, but you still give us the Bill's Heating sideline report. Your thoughts on what you saw in that 1st quarter?
Just very surprised with North Judson coming out just like that. Not necessarily the first play, because a lot of times you'll see that on the first play, but coming right back to it and running almost the same exact play for the touchdown, and then the next series coming right back to another pass play. It's something that I wasn't expecting. We weren't quite expecting. Nobody here was expecting. But when you successfully do it, it puts you up early, just like it did right there.
I have to assume that's something that a coaching staff picks up on tape, a tendency.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll pick up a tendency that a team's doing. I remember a specific one we ran where we ran a running back in motion during one team we were playing, and nobody went out to cover him. And so we ran the play early in the game. Nobody went out to cover, but we just ran a dive off of it, and the next thing we were going to do was set up a pass play, and of course it worked to perfection after that.
The second quarter begins with a North Judson 3rd and 6 at the Knox 43. It's brought to us by Behind Bars Power Sports. Aldrich Harper at quarterback for the Blue Jays. Puts a man in motion and pitches out that way, and that's a first down for North Judson out to the 35-yard line. Good run there for the Blue Jays. As taking the pitch was Quentin Frazier, and he got to the outside in a hurry thanks to a block by Cheyenne Allen.
Yeah, that crackback block right there, that's what you call a pancake, guys. Coming right there and just running over him and opening up that hole.
One of the things Cheyenne Allen told me when I talked to him this week is the backs in the backfield take a lot of pride in blocking for each other, and that was evident on that play. 1st and 10 at the 35. It's Allen in motion, taking the handoff behind a surge from his offensive line. He takes it up to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 5 for the Blue Jay running back. He's brought down that time by Landon Cole, the junior.
Behind Bars Power Sports in Knox is a proud supporter of high school athletics and wishes both schools the best of success this season. Behind Bars Power Sports is your Michiana's power sports store with everything from mopeds and scooters to ATVs and side-by-side, as well as motorcycles, riding gear, and accessories. That's Behind Bars Power Sports.
Looking at a 2nd and 5 here for the Blue Jays. Again, it's Allen in motion, takes the handoff, ducks outside, and buries his head into Cole, taking him forward for the first down.
That's how you take it to the point of attack on that right there as a running back. Don't let the defender come to you. You take it to him. Right here, you can see him lower his shoulder and take it to him. Just that little bit of extra effort right there, right before the contact.
This goes back to what Brett Lambert was telling us before the game about North Judson, about the confidence they have coming into this game this year. I think it was very clear in visiting the North Judson camp this week, they believe they're the physically superior team. And it's not just looking at one roster and looking at the other. You get out here, and there's a definite difference in the athleticism between the two teams right here.
Yeah, and the physicality that they're bringing to the game as well.
So a handoff up the middle. Now that's a good play by the Knox defense. They come up and stop it right there with Cody Winkler making the hit, and he had some help that time from Luke Holst.
Stark County Co-op sells energy and fuel throughout Stark County, as well as fertilizer, chemicals, and seed. 100% farmer-owned energy and agribusiness solutions. Stark County Co-op is a proud supporter of high school athletics and wishes both teams a great season.
It's 2nd and 10. Receivers split out to each side. Harper has had success in the air tonight. Will he go back to it? Yes, he will. Harper going up top, fires a little high, and it's broken up well by Cohen Watson as he takes the ball away from the intended receiver.
Definitely had the open receiver downfield, just left it just a little high, and Watson was able to knock it out of the air.
Tanner Hampton was the intended receiver, but he's 5'11". Watson is not only 6'2", he's the Hoosier North Athletic Conference high jump champion. Showed a little bit of hops that time. The kind that would make 1056 Brewery happy. 3rd and 10. Harper wants to throw again. Going towards the end zone, overthrew his man. We've got a flag on the play back at the line of scrimmage. That's usually indicative of holding.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a guy lined up in the neutral zone as well.
Well, if that's the case, that's a huge break for North Judson.
Yeah,
but it's a hold on the Blue Jays. Decision time here for Russ Radke. You could make it 3rd and 20 and definitely get the Jays out of field goal range. Or you could make it 4th and 10. They'll make it 3rd and 20 as you see the ball well over the head of the intended receiver, Owen Frazier.
Mayor Dennis Eastock in the city of Knox wishes the best to all the Redskin athletics and clubs this school year, and good luck Redskins in tonight's great rivalry game.
The mayor has a son who just happens to be the athletic director at Knox High School.
Just happens to be.
And the hospitality this week for us and our crew has
Fantastic.
been terrific. 3rd and 20. Harper wants to throw again on play action, going to air it out, and it is broken up. But flags come in late on the play. The ball easily knocked down by Knox, but all kinds of flags here, and we'll see if there maybe was some clutching and grabbing as we look at the town of North Judson replay. Yeah, you can't put one hand on the guy's jersey
Face
and
mask.
grab it, and the other one, so. And now Jason Schubert checking out the disco moves there, but
Yeah,
I think
you
he got it right with the face mask against Knox.
Yeah, you can see that right there as it's coming up. He's got the jersey, he's holding on to it. But I guess the kind of the face mask coming down might have been a little after.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the face mask
Yeah, I
was
saw
there,
that
but it was
during the other one.
it was definitely a
Yeah.
hold of the jersey.
Osborne Advantage Real Estate is proud to support Stark County Athletics and wishes the best for both teams this season. Whether buying or selling, visit osborneadvantage.com for more information.
Now here's the thing, folks. It was 3rd and 20. That penalty is not an automatic first down. So now it's 3rd and 5. And I wouldn't be surprised to see North Judson go back to the ground game here. They do. They give it to Owen Frazier, and Frazier did not get the first down. First guy to get to him was Gunnar Kraus, and he had help from Trevor Bussey, who you will meet at halftime, one of our TCU Student Athletes of the Week. You get another look on the replay from the town of North Judson.
Yeah, did a great job really coming up, but Knox with a good job of wrapping up and holding on and then gang tackling. First guy there, make sure you hold on so you allow your teammates to get there and make the stop.
4th and 2 from the 17, and the PA announcer encourages the Redskin faithful to get to their feet and make some noise on this big 4th down play. Harper hands it off. Fullback going through for the first down. That is Brock Benson, a freshman. And Benson, the honor roll student, shows he's learned his studies well as he found a hole in the line and took it forward for 6 yards and a first down. So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Boy, the confidence Brett Lambert has putting a freshman into that situation. Now he gives it to Cheyenne Allen, and Allen bulldog down after a pickup of 6. As Landon Cole was able to finally bring him down for the defensive back spot.
Yeah, Cheyenne Allen, just a great job of really coming through that line. He's just a beast to bring down, and he just keeps driving those legs. And, you know, he's gonna wear defenses down.
2nd and 4. You see the situation on the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. Benson is the fullback in the backfield. He's got Peyton Roberts on one side and Owen Frazier on the other. It's Roberts in motion. It's Frazier on the counter, and Frazier gets stacked up and hit hard. Bussey wrapped him up with help from Logan Taylor. He's short of the first down as he's spotted down at the 3-yard line.
You can see a great replay of it coming through, and good penetration by Knox as well, just coming up. And biggest thing down here is they're really showing heart down here, trying to keep them out of the end zone, trying to keep this within reaching distance for their offense.
3rd and 2. This has been a long march for the North Judson Blue Jays. The handoff, and Benson battling, but I don't think he made the goal line. Did he make the first down?
I believe he made the first down, though. The way they're marking it, he's got it down about the half-yard line.
Well, we'll give you a look from right down the goal line here. As you see Benson behind the blocking. nearly lost the football, and that's how close he got to putting it in the end zone. But he's got first and goal from there for the Blue Jays, trying to go up by 3 touchdowns. Benson, he's got 2 more backs on the left side. Which way do you think this play? No, Aldrich Harper will keep it right behind the center for the touchdown. And Aldrich Harper, 2 touchdown passes and a touchdown run, and he gives North Judson a 20-0 lead.
Yeah, we had all the power on the left side. You can see all the guys, and then he's just like, oh, I'm just going to take it right here real quick.
What a great job by Hunter Redlin and Brennan Benson, center in the guard on that side, to open up the hole for Harper. And a good drive for North Judson, which included a key 4th down conversion.
Church of the Heartland of Stark County wishes both teams the best of success this season. Join Church of the Heartland at 11 a.m. on Sundays. You'll find a relaxed atmosphere, relevant teaching, and powerful student ministries located on State Road 10, just 1 mile west of Highway 35.
It's a blackout over on the North Judson side, and they have tried to black out 5 years of losing to Knox. They're doing something about it tonight. Blue Jays up 21-0 in the second on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week brought to you in part by St. Andrews Products, providing quality apparel since 1989. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hunt back with you at Community Field in Knox. North Judson with a 21-0 lead on the Redskins, only at the midway point of quarter number 2.
The TV 46 High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Jack and Diane's USA Cafe across from the courthouse in Knox. Go Redskins! Check out the great burgers and Italian beef along with fish fry Fridays at Jack and Diane's USA Cafe.
Some other scores to report. Rochester leads Wabash 20-19 in the third. Adams with a 7-0 lead on St. Joe in the third quarter. And up in Michigan, Edwardsburg pounding Niles 61-7.
Man, I don't know when Edwardsburg is ever going to score any points.
Here's a kickoff and a good return for Knox out to the 35-yard line as the Redskins' Baylor Huff takes it back that time. And so good field position for Cohen Watson and the Redskins. Now they've got to be able to do something about it. If you're Russ Radke, how do you go about approaching this North Judson defense?
Well, I think they got away from the little bit of that quick start that North Judson had. They had the interception. They were able to get some momentum there. They had to sustain a drive, and they were actually able to somewhat stop North Judson on that last drive. They got a little bit of momentum. So let's see if this offense, they need to have a score before going into halftime.
You wonder if they might try to air it out a little bit, even though that's not necessarily Russ Radke's nature. Gunnar Kraus behind Cohen Watson. It's Kraus right up the middle, and the little speedster takes it 5 yards forward. So it's 2nd and 5.
The TV 46 High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Patrick Auto Group. Have a great season, Redskins. Buy here, pay here. Buying, servicing, and detailing. Check out Patrick Auto Group on Facebook or on US 35 North, just outside of Knox.
Blue Jays shuffling that defense, trying to change the look for quarterback Cohen Watson, only a junior. Watson keeps it himself, had to elude a couple of tacklers, managed to put the head down and get about a yard or two before he's brought down by Connor Benson, the safety. Cohen Watson at one time played for John Hendricks when he was the coach here at Knox, and before the Winnemac game this year, Hendricks was talking about Watson. Really described him as a tough, aggressive player with kind of a running back's mindset. You saw a little bit of it on that play.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one of the things that, you know, with this type of offense for Russ Radke as well, is the quarterback has to be mobile, has to be some type of a running back as well.
3rd and 4, Kraus off the right side, trying to carry tacklers with him. Didn't get to the first down sticks. 4th down and about 2 here for Knox. And Russ Radke, not the kind of guy that's going to step away from this challenge.
No, I mean, you get to this point in the game, you're down 21-0. You got to get some momentum, and you got to take advantage here, dude. You know, take the chance of giving North Judson the ball back here with just over 4 minutes to go in great field territory, or go for it and try to get a score.
Again, it was Connor Benson coming up and making the stop on that Town of North Judson replay. 4th and 1. Handoff, Krause slams it up the middle, and he's got the first down. Look at the legs continue to churn as he takes it forward to the 49-yard line. Finally, Drew Zimmerman brought him down, but that'll move the chains and keep the drive alive for Knox.
The town of North Judson wants to give a special shout out to the student athletes competing on the field, on the court, and in the classroom this fall, as well as to all the students and staff that are kicking off a new school year. The town of North Judson working hard to build a better, more vibrant community for generations ahead.
Saw that good crowd on the Knox side and plenty of folks on the North Judson side as well. That is pretty much commonplace for this one. Watson on play action, throws over the top, and he's got his man. He found Declan Austin for his first grab of the night, and Austin leaves an injured Blue Jay in his wake as he gets the first down up at the 34-yard line.
That's that big 6'6" frame that we were talking about. Just throw it up and let him go get it, and that's a great job right there. Just threw it over the top of the linebacker's head.
Kason Sanchez is the injured North Judson player on the field. And both teams will retreat to the sideline as the trainers come out and take a look at Sanchez.
Silverleaf Florist and Boutique wants to wish the Redskins football team and all fall sports the best of luck on the remainder of the season. Silverleaf Florist and Boutique also wants to take a moment to thank all their guests who visit the boutique. Silverleaf Florist and Boutique.
Russ Radke prowling down there on the Knox sidelines. It's safe to say he's been around a while, not just because of the little bit of gray in the hair, but look at the story of when Russ Radke started coaching. Jimmy Carter was the president. Gas cost 65 cents per gallon. That won't even get you 2/10 of a gallon now. The average house was $49,300. And the first Apple II computer was sold.
Imagine not buying that $49,000 house and putting that $49,000 in Apple.
Ooh, don't do that to me. Nevertheless, Russ Radke, that took you all the way back to 1977. That was his first year as the head coach at North Judson.
First year head coach.
First and 10.
I was born.
Oh, I know you were.
Just barely.
Here's Gunnar Krause coming up the middle with it. Krause manages to pound out about 2 yards before he gets pounded down by Owen Frazier, the senior linebacker.
TCU is a better banking, where you'll get the latest technology and you'll never be too far from a friendly face. Discover the TCU advantage. Become a member today at tcunet.com, federally insured by the NCUA.
2nd and 8. We saw Watson work that play action pass a moment ago going to Austin. Let's see if they come back to it here. Watson running with Krause and then tucks it in and carries closer to the first down marker. He's still about 4 yards away up at the 28-yard line.
Looks like they put it right where his knee came down. He kind of reached out and looked like he was very close to that first down, but refs did a good job of really placing it right where his knee went down.
So 3rd and 4 and definitely 4-down territory here for Knox with 2:40 to go in the first half, and the Redskins have all their timeouts left. Watson will give it to Krause again, knifing through the hole, but a flag comes in, and where the umpire threw that flag, that's a hold.
Yep, and they're already starting their march back. That's definitely a holding call right there where he threw it. Well, he might have called a chop block. Looked like he went down to his knee like he was.
It's a personal foul for the chop block. Good pickup. Let's see if we picked it up on the replay. The umpire was very definitive about making this call. And there it is. You've got 2 players engaged on the same one, and one of those players went down low.
Yeah, and not sure if he actually went down low or more likely fell down low and made contact with the legs. Anyway, they're going to call that when you got 2 guys that are making contact with one player, and one's at the feet.
So the bad news for Knox is instead of having a first down on that carry by Krause, now they're looking at a 3rd and 9 back at the 33-yard line.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies continues to be the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. Our 3 Indiana locations are involved with supplying process components for aerospace giants, including the latest latest developments for Boeing and SpaceX. At IFT, we're like the teams in this game, we're working toward a great finish.
Now 3rd and 9 for the Redskins. Trying to get on the board here late in the first half. Watson gives it to Kraus. He tried to shuffle the feet and somehow popped out of there for a pickup of 3, but it's still looking at 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that play got really blown up right from the start. He was able to pick up a few yards and actually have it at 4th down now.
I said 3rd and 6. It's 4th and 6, and a timeout called by Knox and sponsored by 1056 Brewing. As you get another look, looked like he was dead to rights right there, but Quentin Frazier couldn't wrap him up. And finally, Kraus brought down at about the 30-yard line. So it'll be a 4th and 6 for the Redskins as we take a look at next week's game, and we'll go to the Northern Indiana Conference. Small schools featured here. How about large schools? The 2 largest in our area next week when Elkhart meets Penn.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup. You know, Penn's played a tough schedule to start so far. They're down this week again, but the St. Xavier's no joke, and they're preparing themselves. They want to go out, they want to play the best, and Elkhart's going to be one of those schools next week as well. They're a tough team.
Elkhart in a struggle with Byron Center tonight, but the Lions had the lead 14-7 in the first half of that one. You mentioned Penn losing to St. Xavier tonight. Kingsmen are 0-4 for the first time since 1972, which was the year before Chris Giesman got to Penn.
In a few years before I was born.
But, as you mentioned, you look at the schedule they've played. Valparaiso is 3rd in Class 5A. Cathedral might be 1st in the state of Indiana, whether you have 6A, 5A, whatever. And then St. Xavier of Ohio is one of the top teams in the state of Ohio. So the Northern Indiana Conference might look like a breather to the Kingsmen. Might. Here's Cohen Watson throwing, has his man, and that's a first down to Declan Austin and more. Austin inside the 10 of the 9.
The 3rd time going to him tonight. 2 completions. That's one area that we looked at before the game and said that's a mismatch.
I watched him in practice this week, Bo. Now, I understand you're going against the scout team in practice, but Knox didn't have anybody that covered him. And so far, North Judson doesn't either.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a great size advantage. I mean, at that 6'6" height and able to jump, and you throw the ball anywhere near him, he has to be able to come down with it.
And North Judson, all too familiar with Declan Austin. He hit a game-winning free throw against them last year in basketball. So 1st and goal from just inside the 10. 2 timeouts remain for the Redskins. It's Watson keeping it himself. Watson put the head down, but just could not move the legs enough as Aldrich Harper wrapped him up at the line of scrimmage.
St. Andrews Products is celebrating over 30 years of serving corporations, high school, and colleges, as well as the PGA Tour. We're proud to support the New American Dunes Golf Course in Grand Haven, Michigan, providing resources for the Folds of Honor missions and providing scholarships to veterans and their families. Let us help your cause. Reach us at sales@standrewscorp.com, where your expectations become our standards.
2nd and 8. Drop football. Watson picks it up, has nowhere to go. Terrific penetration by that defensive line of North Judson. Owen Frazier comes in and makes the hit. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 10, and a timeout used. No, timeout not used by Knox. The clock keeps ticking, under a minute left.
Said coaches are sitting there deliberating what play to call, and you see Radke walking out.
And there's the timeout. It's sponsored by 1056 Brewing. Reminder, we've got college football on the radio tomorrow for you on Pulse FM. It's a Big Ten doubleheader as the Purdue Boilermakers go on to take on the UConn Huskies. UConn said, Randy Edsall, I know you want to wait till the end of the season to retire. Why don't you just leave now?
Yeah, that's one of those things where, you know, I was listening to the radio on the way down, and they're talking about UConn getting blown up by Fresno State last weekend, and is this even going to be a match for Purdue as well? But, hey, it's a good environment. Go down there, check them out, and Purdue's great.
Then at 7:30 on 103.1 FM, Indiana. Whoa, what happened last week to Michael Penix and the Hoosiers? But they will not suffer vandalism at the hands of the Idaho Vandals tomorrow night at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, they had a tough loss last week, and nobody was really expecting that outcome they had against Iowa, but I see them to bounce back this week and really get back to where they belong.
So that's for you tomorrow on Pulse FM. 92.1, 96.9, and 103.1. Look at this beautiful facility. Community Field, double-decker press box so that they could shoehorn everybody in tonight. And all eyes down on this 3rd and goal from the 10 right now with 44 seconds to go first half. Logan Taylor split wide to the right. Watson looking. Austin well covered, and it's a coverage sack. Coming in and making the hit for the Blue Jays was Logan Radke, the junior, and he had help from Brennan Benson. As you get another look on the town of North Judson replay, Radke put the wraps on him, as that time they had Declan Austin well covered.
Yeah, and a lot of times on those plays, you're kind of rolling out, but you don't want to go past that last block. And he kind of rolled past that last blocker, wasn't able to get outside of him, and the guy came up and just took too much time. Didn't get rid of the ball soon enough.
Knox uses its final timeout right here. It's sponsored by 1056 Brewing. As you look at Brett Lambert over on that North Judson sideline. Russ Radke basically asking Cohen Watson, why didn't you just throw the ball away? We have a much easier shot on 4th and goal from the 10 than back at the 18.
I think the biggest thing is you throw less than 10 times a game. So that's one of the things as well. When you're not used to being in that situation, you're not used to rolling out, you're not understanding the concept of throwing the ball away in that situation. I mean, we see college players and pro players do the same thing. I mean, they're sometimes just not used to throwing that ball away. And of course, we saw the great last night, Tom Brady, and he knows how to do it whenever he wants. But
phenomenal. You knew when Dallas scored with a minute 20 left in that game that Tampa Bay was going to win it one way or the other.
I turned the TV off. I knew it was over. I was tired. They scored, left a minute 30 on the clock. I go, game over.
Yeah, absolutely right. By the way, thanks to the Patrick Auto Group for the Facebook live stream. I'm told we have somewhere around 150 viewers, 172 now watching on the Facebook live stream.
That's to go along with the close to 1,000, 1,500 that we have here tonight.
So 12 seconds left here in the first half. It's a 4th and goal for Knox from the 19. Here's the pitch to Taylor. He wants to throw. Heaves it to the end zone, and it is caught by Declan Austin for the touchdown. Halfback pass from Taylor to Austin, and the Redskins are on the board. Sponsored by the City of Knox. The town of North Judson with the sponsorship of the replay, and a perfect heave. And that's a 6'6" guy posted up down on the post.
He just got position, got great position, got in front, made the jump. DB came in to try to undercut it, but he just out-jumped him. And that's what you are taught, to go to the ball. He actually jumped and went to the ball with his hands, caught it at the highest point, and nobody else is going to be able to out-jump him.
Austin's 3rd grab of the night, his 1st touchdown of the season. And now it'll be Knox trying the extra point off the foot of Bryce Yankoskis. 2 for 3 on PATs this year. Snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. 5 seconds left in the first half. And the Redskins are on the board. Look at this beautiful grab out here by Austin. And when you're 6'6", just go up and get it.
Well, that's a great pass as well. I mean, he was able to put it up high enough just to make sure that it was in reach and keep the ball in play as well.
And the good news for Knox is they get the football to start the second half, so a little momentum going in the locker room could go a long way here.
Yeah, definitely a little momentum on that drive, was able to really sustain that drive. Took a couple 4th downs on him to be able to convert, and that was a 4th down as well.
4th and goal from the 18, and Russ Radke goes into the bag of tricks and finds one that works. So Brett Lambert's North Judson Blue Jays will have the lead going to the locker room here, but if you're Brett Lambert in this situation, what are you telling your team here as you go to the locker room?
Well, I think the biggest thing is hey, they still have 2 scores just to tie you and just get down there, and we're going to have every opportunity to come back out. You know, I thought they played a very good, solid first half. Yeah, it was two quick scores, But after that, Knox was able to kind of settle them down just a little bit. And Russ Radke actually talked about that as well with his team. They got ahead early and weren't able to finish. They've got behind tonight, and now they're starting to get that momentum and get that drive and make a little bit of a comeback.
Well, that's one of the things Russ likes about this team is their persistence. As you watch the kickoff here, a squib kick, and North Judson will get down on it at the 39-yard line. Redskins almost had a chance to pop that loose, but Peyton Roberts was on the spot to make the recovery at the 40. And it'll be one snap here with 2 seconds left in the half. Entertaining game, the 77th chapter of the Stark County rivalry. Over the years, dominated by North Judson, but remember, Knox has won the last 5 in a row and would love to send their seniors out with another sweep of the Blue Jays. Conversely, the Blue Jays seniors would like to finally get over the top against their arch rivals. There's the final snap of the half, and North Judson takes a 21-7 lead to the locker room. A lot to talk about in our Town of North Judson halftime report. We'll start by introducing you to our TCU Student Athletes of the Week. Declan Austin had himself a big first half. Not only that catch, but this touchdown grab as well to get the Redskins back in it, trailing 21-7 at the intermission on the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week. It's halftime at Community Field in Knox, Indiana. Time now for our TCU Student Athletes of the Week, the feature brought to us by our friends at TCU. Find out how you can be a member. Go online at tcunet.com. 2 terrific student athletes from these respective institutions. Hannah Chaffins joins us from North Judson St. Pierre High School, and Trevor Bussey joins us from Knox. We always start with the visitors first, and Hannah is a 3-sport athlete: cross country, basketball, and track. And, oh, by the way, she's ranked #1 in her class. How in the world do you pull off that feat?
A lot of bus rides, of doing homework, and all the free time in school, not doing work in class. I'm usually working on something else just to get ahead of the game.
Equally impressive is the fact that you told me before the interview you are not only involved in 4-H, you're president of your 4-H club. Where does that interest come from?
My mom helped a lot with that because she's always been a leader for our 4-H club, so she showed me how to lead. And I love helping with little kids, so that's also where that came from.
Aside from mom, obviously you've had a lot of people who've instilled values in you in your life. Here's your chance to give a shout out to them.
My mom, my dad, and my 3 siblings, and all my grandparents.
Very good. And I noticed that you want to get involved in nursing. You're talking about going somewhere within the state of Indiana. Haven't decided yet. What made you want to be a nurse?
Last year I took a med-term class, and that really prompted me to be a nurse because I love getting to learn about everything there.
Hannah Chaffins from North Judson St. Pierre High School, congratulations to you, and congratulations to Trevor Bussey from Knox High School. He is their Student Athlete of the Week, ranks 12th in the class here at Knox, plays football and basketball, so that's a real busy schedule that you maintain, and yet you do such a great job in the classroom. How do you sort all that out?
I make sure to keep my stuff on a schedule so that I have time to do homework and sports activities and can get it done on time.
Absolutely, getting it done on time is important. And not only are you a leader within your school, you're certainly a leader on this football team. Not a lot of seniors on this Knox team this year. How have you taken to that leadership role?
I try to fit it the best I can. I get vocal and try to raise everyone up at all times.
When you take a look at your life, obviously some people have instilled a lot of great values in you. Give a shout out to those people.
Those people are definitely my family and my parents. I have a lot of support from my family, so that helps.
And you want to go into physical therapy. I have a daughter studying that as a grad student. That's a long road to hoe. What made you interested in being a physical therapist?
Well, I like the sports field and being active, so I want to stay in that, and physical therapy caught my eye. So
as long as you're not the guy receiving physical therapy, it's okay, right?
Exactly.
Okay, that's Trevor Bussey from Knox High School, Hannah Chaffins from North Judson. They are our TCU Student Athletes of the Week, the feature brought to us by our friends at TCU. Find out how you can be a member. Go online at tcunet.com. Our halftime stats and highlights come your way next. You're watching the TV46 High School Football Game of the Week. This edition of the TV46 High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV46 for over 30 years. The Redskin Brigade performing here at halftime at Community Field, where North Judson leads this Stark County rivalry game over Knox by a count of 21-7. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hunt high above the fray. Your first exposure to this rivalry, what do you think?
I think it's all that has been talked about. I mean, they come right out. North Judson comes right at him and says, you know what, we're going to run a couple plays, we're going to get on you big. But Knox came right back. I mean, they didn't necessarily get all the scores and get back where they need to be, but I think they got the momentum and they took the punches that North Judson gave them. They're like, okay, we're still here.
Let's show you how it got to be this way here at Community Field. As on the second play of the game, North Judson repeated a play from the first play of the game. They went up top to Cheyenne Allen for the 50-yard touchdown, 7-0 Blue Jays. Next play from scrimmage, Owen Frazier on the touchdown pass, 14-0. Gunnar Kraus tried to run the ball for Knox, bring them back at a first down here, but the drive stalled. Then the defensive play of the half, Cohen Watson between the legs of Cason Sanchez gets the interception. Knox was in business, couldn't score. Fourth down here and a big run from the freshman Brock Benson. He sets up Aldrich Harper for this quarterback sneak, 21-0. Blue Jays look to be in cruise control, but Declan Austin got busy on the last drive of the first half. First, the first down catch, and then he'll post his man up. When you're 6'6", you should do that. Post low and get the touchdown grab. 21-7 at the intermission. A look at the first half numbers, Bo. North Judson pretty much as dominant on the stat sheet as they were on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they definitely were. And you look at the time of possession, the only thing where Knox really led on that. First downs, you look at North Judson, they're able to really sustain the drives and really go out there after they had their couple big hitters out there. I think the biggest thing in the second half with Knox is, do they go to Declan some more?
And that's not 191 total yards for Knox, it's just 91. So 156 to 91 on the total yardage there for the Redskins, trailing in that one and trailing on the scoreboard by a count of 21-7. So the Redskin Brigade continuing to perform here at the intermission here at Community Field. And we want to thank the town of North Judson for their sponsorship of tonight's halftime report. When we come back, second half play-by-play comes your way with North Judson leading 21-7. You're watching the TV46 High School Football Game of the Week. Friends, this edition of the TV46 High School Football Game of the Week is being brought to you by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned. North Judson with the 21-7 lead on Knox as we get ready for second half action. And Bo, normally we'd toss it to you for a Bills Heating sideline report. We talked a little bit about this going into the locker room at halftime. From the North Judson perspective, we talked about how Brett Lambert has this 2-touchdown cushion still. But for Russ Radke, what does he tell his team to fire them up coming out here in the second half?
I think the biggest thing is get to the basics. Know your job, do your job is one of our keys to win for them tonight. And that's going out there and playing your position, not overdoing what you're supposed to be doing on offense or defense, not overplaying. Play your position, be a teammate, and go out there and back your teammates up as well. And that can lead to a comeback victory.
You see our perspective here at Community Field. Great crowd on hand, full press box. Just a wonderful atmosphere tonight for high school football. And the 77th chapter of this storied rivalry between North Judson and Knox. Blue Jays will kick off to begin the second half as the Redskins will send Jake Conroy back deep. And he'll be joined back there along with Gunnar Kraus. There you see the double-deckered press box. Our two cameras filling the middle slots up there on the second deck. North Judson getting ready to kick it off with Peyton Roberts. A reminder, our third quarter is being brought to you by Behind Bars Power Sports. Toe meets leather for Roberts. And we're underway for the second half. One of the up men corralling the ball, that's Huff. And Huff, who has had 3 kickoff returns tonight for the Redskins, brings this one out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 from there for Cohen Watson. What were your impressions of the Knox quarterback in the first half?
I think he did a fantastic job of going out there, not necessarily being a thrower, and he was able to get hook up with Declan a few times, make some good passes. Just a very talented athlete. You can see why Russ Radke's got him at quarterback, the ability to throw and run as well.
Played a little bit of quarterback for the Redskins last year, threw for 267 yards and a couple of touchdowns in 2020. Watson lining up in the pistol. He'll keep it himself on the option, and look at Watson. He's a sprinter on the track team, and he'll take this all the way down to the Blue Jay 32.
What a start for these Redskins. Able to get out, break a tackle. What a great job of spinning out of this, too.
The Church of the Heartland replay showing Cohen Watson breaking away from the secondary, finally hauled down in pursuit by Peyton Roberts after a pickup of 38.
Great field position now for the Knox Redskins.
Declan Austin will set up at the tight end slot over on the left. Caden Reisner looks a little bit lost in the slot on the right. But they'll hand it off to Gunnar Kraus, and he plows up the middle of the field, getting to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 2 before he's pushed back by a number of Blue Jay defenders, including that big fella that is Brennan Benson, the junior all-state defensive tackle from a year ago, and the all-conference shot putter.
This TV 46 High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Listing Leaders Integrity, with offices in Knox, North Judson, and South Bend. Buying or selling, contact Listing Leaders Integrity at 772-LIST. Listing Leaders Integrity, changing real estate forever.
In fact, Brennan Benson was all-conference in both football and track last year. Here's Kraus running up the middle, and Kraus trying to cut to the outside, still on his feet as he gets to the 22-yard line. That should be good enough for a Knox first down. Jason Sanchez and Peyton Roberts combine on the stop of the semi-state qualifier at wrestling. And watch Kraus and that lithe 155-pound body just take it right up the gut of that North Judson defense.
Yeah, he just got low and was able to really get through that hole. It wasn't a big hole, but it was enough for him to get through there with this small build.
Yeah, you say got low, he's always there. Here's Cohen Watson trying to shed tacklers, but he is manhandled at the 22-yard line. Good open field tackle by Owen Frazier.
Yeah, the town of North Judson wants to give a special shout out to the student athletes competing on the field, on the court, and in the classroom this fall, as well as to all the students and staff kicking off a new school year. The town of North Judson working hard to build a better, more vibrant community for generations ahead.
Now the Frazier boys are cousins. They average almost 19 tackles a game. The Frazier girls are sisters. They averaged almost 35 a game for the Blue Jays last year. Here's Kraus trying to get around the outside submarine and upended. He held on to the football and went down at the 20-yard line, but a great job of tackling that time by the North Judson Blue Jays, and you'll get another look on the Church of the Heartland replay.
There you can see another time the ball comes out, but it comes out late. You can see flipped over right there, and there's where that ball actually was out before. You can see it back there.
But Alex Wackel was able to get on the loose football for Knox. 3rd down and 8. Cohen Watson working from the pistol. Wackel in motion. Play action. He wanted Wackel. Instead, he throws out there for Logan Taylor. Can't make the catch. It's broken up beautifully. Great defensive play by Kason Sanchez.
Well, that was a fantastic defensive play of able to come over and knock that ball out. He had nothing but touchdown written all over that play. You can see it just hanging there.
Perfect timing.
Right when the ball got there, and you can see him actually reach over with the other hand and knock that ball out. Just a great defensive play there.
So 4th and 8. Late man checking in for Knox into the huddle. Big play here for the Blue Jay defense. Watson wants to throw. Fires, intercepted. at the 15-yard line. It's picked off by the Blue Jays as Tanner Hampton comes up with the pilfer.
You see a Church of the Heartland replay right here. Just did not get the ball high enough for Declan out there. Threw it on a line, and the linebacker slid right underneath.
So 8:38 to go, third quarter. North Judson leading Knox 21-7 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. And Aldrich Harper finding his way at quarterback, taking it out just past the 20-yard line. But the Knox defense fired up about the lick they put on the Blue Jays signal call at that time.
1056 Brewing is a proud sponsor of Young Athletics and wishes both teams the best of success on the season. They have outstanding burgers, pizza, and craft beverages in a great family-friendly environment. 1056 is deeply rooted in the community. Bring the family or team down for a great experience.
Cody Winkler laid the lumber to Harper that time. It's 2nd and 6. Handoff, and going around the outside is Quentin Frazier. Frazier tripped up short of the first down marker.
Carry off the right side, close to a first down.
Looked like a good open field tackle by Cohen Watson that time, who's busy on both sides of the ball tonight. Sets up a 3rd and 1 for North Judson.
Another big defensive play series for Knox right here to come up with a big stop.
Blue Jays just forced their first turnover of the game. And now they'll hand it off and get the first down as Gabe Ellis is able to follow through on the isolation play and get the first down up to the 30-yard line. Ellis hasn't touched the ball a lot tonight, but when he has, he's made good things happen.
Yeah, he's definitely picked up. He's carried it on key situations as well, where he's picked up some key yardage, that being right there on that big first down. Knox was able to get pressure and get penetration into the backfield, but he was able to slither through and get that first down.
Ellis came into the game averaging almost 8 yards a carry. 1st and 10. Harper hands it off and just nowhere to go. That Knox defensive line really collapsing that time as Reisner came in and made the stop on Quentin Frazier.
Looked like there was a little bit of maybe a miscommunication with the quarterback handoff right there, exchange. Looked like they kind of bumped into each other a little bit on the proper gap that he was supposed to go to.
You hear names like Reisner and Frazier and boy, Minix and Radke. They've been all over this rivalry for years and years and years. 2nd and 9. Frazier in motion. Harper keeps it himself, makes the turn, got the first down as he got up to the 40-yard line. So a nice run there for Aldrich Harper, the all-conference baseball player and also a member of the 4-H club.
Looks like they're walking it back. Might have been a personal foul, helmet to helmet.
It is a personal foul penalty against the Blue Jays. And so that'll be a tough one because they threw this flag back at the 33-yard line. And I believe that is a helmet-to-helmet call that Jason Schubert is indicating with that signal. So that takes the penalty all the way back to the 18-yard line. Might have happened away from the ball.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it must have happened with one of the linemen that was on the backside or something.
So it is now 2nd and 24, and Brett Lambert's team not used to playing this far behind the chains.
They're moving it back even more.
They'll make it 2nd and 25, perhaps, as they push it back that extra yard. Harper wants to throw. He's had success tonight. He airs it out, and it's incomplete, but the flags come out because there was an absolute tackling done in the secondary that time by Alex Triska.
It was almost one of those plays where you had good coverage, but the ball was thrown at a point where the receiver had to come across the defender's body. And when that happens, a lot of times you're going to get that contact. And in the high school level, it's probably going to be a pass interference call.
So there's the indication of the pass interference. And you'll get another look here on the Church of the Heartland replay. As Bo mentioned, coming across Triska. And when that happened, Triska just reached out and grabbed his man. I'm not sure that ball is going to be caught.
Yeah, I don't think that's even a catchable ball at that point. But when you get knocked down clear to the ground like that on a long pass play, they're probably going to call it.
So a 15-yard penalty brings it back to 2nd and 9. There's no automatic first down for pass interference in high school football. So still 2nd and 9. A different sort of formation than we've seen most of the night here for the Blue Jays, as they actually go with what looks a little bit more like a pro set here. Now they put Frazier in motion. Harper scrambling around. He's in trouble, and down he goes at the line of scrimmage. The stop made that time by Luke Holst, as the senior defensive tackle, who's a member of the Knox wrestling team, would have had 2 points for the takedown.
The Point in North Judson is proud to support Blue Jays athletics. Come on down and have the burger rated best in Stark County, or check out their great menu of sandwiches, sides, and drinks. And don't forget the ice cream, soft serve, hand dip, milkshakes, malts, and more. Only at the Point Drive-In.
3rd and 8. I'm sure a frequent customer at the Point was David Hogg, fine morning man on WSCR 670 in Chicago, who's watching tonight.
Big Ball State alum.
Harper throws on the screen, but we've got a flag down. I think this will be holding against North Judson. They just flat out tackled Cody Winkler that time.
Might as well just grab him.
He's a big boy.
Yep.
You got a lot to grab onto.
Hey, while they're figuring this out, we'd like to thank Subway in North Judson. They want to give a shout out to all the Blue Jay student athletes. Have a great season. Call Subway in North Judson for your catering needs.
The one thing North Judson is doing here with this drive is chewing up some clock. After Knox took the opening drive of the second half all the way down the field, but failed to convert on a 4th down, lost about 5 minutes of time, and now North Judson's taking about another 2.5 off the clock here.
Yeah, their first 2 scores, it was less than 3 minutes by the time they scored, got the ball back and scored again. There were still 9 minutes to go in the first quarter.
It's been even since then. Still a 14-point lead for the Blue Jays. Harper looks to throw. Now has to scramble. Had room to run, but a great ankle tackle that time for Knox, as Trevor Bussey comes up and makes the hit. He was a fine interview at halftime, and he makes a fine play here.
Huge play by Bussey on that play. He's got a block, spins out of it, able to go off the thighs, slide down to the ankles, and just knock him down. If not, I mean, that was a first down. There was big yardage to pick up on that play.
First punt tonight for the Blue Jays. The snap is high, an athletic play to bring it down. And the kick made, and Knox will let it hit. And boy, does it take a Blue Jay roll. Inside the 20 to the 18. Talk about a flipping of the field that time, as North Judson will pin Knox deep in its own territory with 4:21 to go in the 3rd, up by 14 on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week is being brought to you by Intera Credit Union. We get it, and we've got it. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hunt back with you from Community Field in Knox, 21-7 North Judson on top. Redskins pinned back at their own 18 after the long punt. And the handoff to Gunnar Kraus. Kraus met after a 2-yard pickup. Looked like Drew Zimmerman made the stop that time for North Judson.
Welcome Matt Real Estate is proud to be a sponsor of tonight's Knox-North Judson game and wishes both teams success this season. Why list with Welcome Matt? Well, they got experienced agents, leading edge technology, quality marketing plan, and no additional fees.
2nd and 9. The North Judson defense coming up with a big interception from Tanner Hampton on the first possession of the second half. And we'll see if Knox can come up with some answers here on the second possession. It's Watson on the keeper, and Watson battles his way for about a pickup of 2.
Great job of this Judson defense really stepping up on that play. They had to slide out there on that to make sure they filled the gap, and a good job of really reacting to Watson coming through there.
The Blue Jays trying to go to 4-0. They have wins over Culver, Caston, and North Newton so far this year. And a big showdown with Winnemac next Friday night in the Hoosier North Athletic Conference.
Two teams at the top of that conference right now, and next week's game could come down to who wins this conference.
Both ranked in the top 10 of Class 1A. Watson wants to throw. Has time, finds his man. There's Declan Austin again, and he takes it for a first down up to the 35-yard line. Knox worked extensively on these kind of plays of practice on Wednesday, and they're starting to pay dividends for the Redskins.
I think the biggest thing was he was able to have time for that play to open up as well. O-line really gave him plenty of time to find the receiver, locate him, make a good throw.
Austin with 4 catches tonight. He only had 3 for the whole season coming into the evening. It's 1st and 10. Again, North Judson will load almost everybody within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Gunnar Kraus tried to pinball off people, and he winds up picking up about 2 yards on the play.
Behind Bars Power Sports in Knox is a proud supporter of high school athletics and wishes both schools the best of success this season. Behind Bars Power Sports is your Michiana's power sports store with everything from mopeds and scooters to ATVs and side-by-sides, as well as motorcycles, riding gear, and accessories.
We mentioned North Judson and Winnemac next week. The Warriors idled tonight as their opponent LaVille had COVID, and so John Hendricks' team couldn't find anywhere to play, and when the handoff gets botched, Gunnar Kraus couldn't find anywhere to run because North Judson's Logan Radke came racing in along with a host of other Blue Jays to make the play.
That's that defensive surge that we've talked about with this D-line of North Judson. Look at that. They had 4 guys in there right away, and they were swarming to the ball.
Aldrich Harper was also in on the stop that time, so 3rd and 10. And if you're watching at home, keep an eye up top there with Logan Taylor, 24, or Austin lined up at the tight end on the top of your line. In fact, Austin looks to release. Watson looks to throw, going up deep, and he can't get his man. It was overthrown, intended for Jake Conroy. Conroy was wisely trying to draw contact, and the North Judson defender just kept running to the side of him, would not let him make that contact.
Yeah, it was a good job by the defender right there on that play, covering him, not being able to fall for that kind of contact and make even more contact.
So it's 4th and 10, a punting situation. Gunnar Kraus comes on to do the honors here for Knox. And Cheyenne Allen waits for the punt back at his 42. He's been a little quiet tonight. Let's see if he makes some noise here. They punt away from Allen, and a great roll for Kraus. This ball will roll down to the 25-yard line of the Blue Jays with 51 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And you look at Brett Lambert over on that North Judson sideline, 19-8 in his 3rd season. Former sectional champion in the 100 meters at North Judson. He too went to Ball State. And he is the track coach as well as for the Blue Jays.
Heard that's a good school.
Ball State?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what Mike New is able to do with that team this year. MAC school coming into South Bend tomorrow to take on the Irish. And a lot of people think Toledo and Ball State are really the 2 co-favorites in the MAC this year.
Yeah, 2 very quality teams, and we'll see with Toledo coming in, Notre Dame tomorrow, and see what the MAC can represent.
That's an experienced Toledo team, 21 starters coming back. As you take a look at the nice run here for Owen Frazier, 6'2", 200. No, that was Brock Benson, excuse me, the freshman. Benson, a big kid too, 6 foot, 205, and a freshman. And you were commenting before the game about the size of the freshman North Judson has.
Yeah, I got to see them last year as 8th graders, and they were just very dominant in the game that I've seen them play, and very physical, and then coming in and seeing how much they've grown from 8th grade to freshman. And their class, there are not a lot of them, but they got some size, 6 foot, 200 across the board.
Harper hands it off. That ball almost fumbled as the running back comes through the hole there. It was not much of a hole. But it's Benson again on the carry. He picks up 3, and that will do it for 3 quarters of play here at Community Field. The emotions always run high in this rivalry in Stark County, and the 77th chapter is no different. North Judson trying to snap a Knox 5-game win streak, and the Blue Jays lead at 21-7 as we go to the 4th on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Chuck Brady and Bo Hunt. Bo would normally give us a Bills Heating sideline report at this point. What's impressed you through 3 quarters of this one?
I think we've got 2 quality teams down here, and especially in the 1A with North Judson. I mean, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with come the playoffs and tournament. We talked with, they're in the same sectional as Winamac, another quality team as well, and we could have a 1A state championship come from the North this year.
You had this situation pop up many times when you were playing where you would face a team in the regular season, have to face them again in the sectional. Does that maybe force you to hold back a little bit in the regular season?
I don't think it's any type of a holdback. I think there's some adjustments that have to be made the second time you play them around. I believe the Bremen-Jimtown rival, whoever won in the regular season, lost in the playoffs. Yeah. So you never know what's going to happen. And so that's a tough thing to happen when you're playing, especially when you're playing a team in the regular season in your conference, and then you got to play them in your sectional as well.
That's the thing Russ Radke said he likes about Knox schedule is they don't face anybody that they face in the sectional during the regular season. Here's the run for the Blue Jays, and they pick up the first down on a key 3rd and 3 right here. And North Judson able to scamper for the first down with Cheyenne Allen doing the running that time.
Stark County Co-op sells energy and fuel throughout Stark County, as well as fertilizer, chemicals, and seed. 100% farmer-owned energy and agribusiness solutions. Stark County Co-op is a proud supporter of high school athletics and wishes both teams a great season.
You know, we haven't talked a lot about Cheyenne Allen tonight, but just a terrific 3-sport athlete at North Judson, also an honor roll student. As you see Aldrich Harper on the run here, and Harper is able to pick up about 6 yards. And I think that's one of the things that North Judson really has going for it. They have so many weapons in this flexbone offense. We've called Harper's name. We've called both Frazier cousins. We've called Allen. We've talked about Gabe Ellis. When you got 5 backs to worry about, that's awfully tough to defend.
Well, it is. I mean, when you're looking at some types of a pro set, usually it's one running back and maybe the quarterback, but not a dual threat quarterback in that type of situation. With this flex bone, I mean, it's one of those things where multiple people are able to be stars of the game.
Here's a handoff up the middle and nothing doing that time. And nice defensive play by Eric Riffo of Knox as he stops Owen Frazier at the line of scrimmage. Warsaw has hung on to beat Mishawaka tonight by a count of 17-15. What a game between those two. And Marion with a 33-0 shutout of number 8 New Prairie tonight. The Knights have bounced back.
Yes, they definitely have. We were kind of talking about that a little bit at halftime and looking at that score. And New Prairie is not a joke of a team, and they're very solid. And to do that to them in their place, that's Marion's back.
Meanwhile, a fine run here for North Judson and a first down run for Gabe Ellis. There's that guy again. Ever since the opening kickoff return tonight, that young man's played well.
Yeah, he's done a great job in key situations. Here again, coming through, picking up a huge first down for these Blue Jays.
By the way, Byron Center and Elkhart now in double overtime at Rice Field. Byron Center scored on its possession, so now Elkhart has to respond. First and 10 with 9:42 and counting. Blue Jays trying to run clock and maybe strike a dagger here with Cheyenne Allen, but flags come out. So hang on here, folks. It's a pretty run by Allen, but it's probably coming back.
Yeah, I think everybody right there, defenders as well, knew that play was coming back, and Allen did as well. Coming around the outside, he saw the flag was thrown, and so he just kind of slowed up, and so did the defense. A lot of times on those plays, though, you need to make sure you go 100% regardless, because you might think that it's a holding call, but then maybe they get together and talk, and it wasn't a holding call. Mayor Dennis Estock and the city of Knox wish the best to all the Redskin athletes and clubs this school year. Good luck, Redskins, in tonight's great rivalry game.
And again, it was holding on the interior of that line. That was Eric Griffo of Knox getting held that time. As you can see the jersey come away from the body. And it's a final now. Byron Center has beat Elkhart in double overtime, 35-28. So the Lions fall to 2-2 on the year. And John Adams beat St. Joe tonight by a count of 21-7. So Antoine Jones' team is now 3-1 on the season. Here's a rollout by Harper, and the North Judson quarterback knocked out of bounds, and then we have a flag come in.
That was a late flag, and not sure if he was stepped out of bounds already before the contact came, but that flag sure did look like it came, unless it might be a sideline warning.
Yeah, that's the other possibility. But no, that's a personal foul for a hit to the head.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can pick it up on the Church of the Heartland replay. Keep an eye on Harper here as he's going out of bounds. And right there, the lowering of the helmet right into the face mask.
Yeah, that's play right there where he lowered his head and it came right into the face mask. If you're going to kind of come in there, you got to come in at the side and you got to go low. You cannot go high.
So a good call by the officiating crew on this one.
Osborne Advantage Real Estate is proud to support Stark County Athletics and wishes the best for both teams this season. Whether buying or selling, visit osborneadvantage.com for more information.
Bremen over Triton tonight, 35-7 the final there. Man in motion. Looked like they might, oh, now they're just tossing the ball all over the place. And somehow getting loose is Peyton Roberts. And Roberts dives forward and gets to the 18-yard line. Now the question here would be, was one of those passes forward, but that's okay because you're behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like, as long as it's the last one and not the first one.
Right, that one's fine because nobody had thrown a pass yet on the play.
And they were behind the line of scrimmage at the time.
So it was something. I'm not sure it was pretty, but it was something. And it's a pickup of 8 on the play. The North Judson coaches off to our right are saying, that's just how we drew it up.
Oh, you expect that out of a coach.
Apparently
you know?
Picasso now works on the North Judson staff. They do abstracts over there, 2nd and 2. It's Harper running for the first down, and Aldrich Harper, who may well be talking to Bo Hunt in about 8 minutes and 18 seconds, gets the first down up to the 24-yard line.
Church of the Heartland of Stark County wishes both teams the best of success this season. Join Church of the Heartland at 11 a.m. on Sundays. You'll find a relaxed atmosphere, relevant teaching, and powerful student ministries. Located on State Road 10, just 1 mile west of Highway 35.
Brett Lambert sending in the play from the sidelines, trying to drain as much clock as possible as we go under 8 minutes to go in this Stark County rivalry. Still 21-7 North Judson. And now, whistles blown and a flag thrown. And let's see if there's too many men on the field. There are for North Judson. It seemed like there were a lot.
A lot of penalties here in the last 2 minutes of this game.
12 men on the field for the Blue Jays.
The TV 46 Game of the Week is brought to you by Jack and Diane's USA Cafe across from the courthouse in Knox. Go Redskins! Check out the great burgers and Italian beef along with fish fry Fridays at Jack and Diane's USA Cafe.
Have you written any little ditties about Jack and Diane?
Jack and Diane.
Yeah, see, you learned that from Nagel, didn't you? Yeah. Starting to sing, and now we're in trouble.
Never said I was a singer.
Nobody ever did. 1st and 15. And the handoff goes up the middle for about 3 yards. Well, Knox player comes out of the pile with it, and Knox has the football. That is Colton Bush with the fumble recovery for the Redskins. Bush, the senior, another of these 3 sport athletes, comes away with the fumble recovery here. The ball stripped right there. You can see it pop out at the last minute. And then Bush falls on the loose change.
Yeah, his quarterback, running back handoff exchange right there. Looked like the quarterback tried to pull it out right at the last minute, and looked like Allen had already committed to taking that ball.
Let's see what kind of sense of urgency you see from the Redskins here with 7:26 to go in the ball game, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Cohen Watson, play action pass, is looking for some help. Now he's going to have to scramble, and Watson will also have to probably walk backwards as a flag is thrown in the backfield.
The TV 46 High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Patrick Auto Group. Have a great season, Redskins. Buy here, pay here, buying, servicing, and detailing. Check out Patrick Auto Group on Facebook or on US 35 North, just outside Knox.
Isaiah Jones is called for the hold for Knox. And that'll march the Redskins back, well, from the point of infraction. It would take them possibly all the way back to their own 10-yard line.
Just exactly how Knox did not want to start this drive. Down 2 scores here late in the fourth quarter, 7 minutes to go in the game.
So indeed, it's marched all the way back to the Redskin 10, and they are looking at 1st and 26. Watson has been under pressure quite a bit from this Blue Jay defense here in the fourth quarter. Caden Reisner late getting out onto the field, finally gets set at end. Watson throws, and it's incomplete, but a flag comes in, and they may say that Declan Austin was detained from going back to get to the football.
It almost looked like Declan was the one that was made contact on that play. They're going to call it on the defense.
Pass interference against the Blue Jays. Now, it was first down anyway, so instead of 1st and 26, it's going to be 1st and 11. You get another look here. Watson is hit as he throws, but right there is the contact between Sanchez and Austin.
Almost looked like that ball might have been deflected at the line of scrimmage because it kind of fluttered. I know he got hit a little bit. It was almost like and if that was the case and it did get tipped,
then it wouldn't have been
pass interference.
1st and 11. Kraus off the left side. Kraus still on his feet. Dives forward to the 33-yard line. The ankle tackle made by Caden Sanchez. Gunnar Kraus with a pretty decent night of running the football tonight. It's just they have not been able to get consistency in the running game tonight.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to really pick up the yardage that they need to get in, 3rd and short, 2nd and short situations. It's always been 2nd and long and 3rd and long, or 1st and 26.
Well, now it's 2nd and short, and it's Kraus again. And Kraus giving free puppy rides to the kids as he takes it up to the 40-yard line. Terrific, strong legs on this young man.
The town of North Judson wants to give a special shout out to the student athletes competing on the field, on the court, and in the classroom this fall, as well as to all the students and staff kicking off a new school year. The town of North Judson working hard to build a better, more vibrant community for generations ahead.
On 1st and 10, it's Kraus trying to weave his way through traffic, but just too many white jerseys there. And Kraus is stopped by Owen Frazier after a pickup of 2. Frazier, you talk about a kid with strong legs, 200-pounder, but he squats 385. It's 2nd and 9. Kraus again. Dodges a couple of tacklers, puts his head down and gets up to the 47. 3rd and 3, but you see that clock in the lower right-hand corner of the Intera Credit Union scoreboard, and it continues to tick unmercifully.
Keeps ticking
for
away.
The Redskins.
Both teams still with 3 timeouts, but at this point they need to get the first score on the board in order to start using those timeouts effectively.
On 3rd and 3, Watson keeps it himself. And boy, does he get stuck. by Sanchez, a yard short of the first down.
Another great open field tackle coming up, sticking him short of the first down.
Kaysen Sanchez with a beautiful form tackle right here. Comes in, wraps the man up around the knees. That's just what they were working on at Blue Jay practice on Wednesday. So 4th and 1. Watson handles the bad snap and gives it to Kraus for the first down as he takes it forward to the 47. Pick up a 4 on the play for Gunnar Kraus. And the Redskins keep the drive and hope alive with 4:31 to go.
Silver Leaf Florist and Boutique wants to wish the Redskins football team and all fall sports the best of luck on the remainder of the season. Silver Leaf Florist and Boutique also wants to take a moment to thank all their guests who visit the boutique.
They'll sponsor our post-game show in 4:15. Watson looking to throw, going up top for Austin, threw it out of bounds. Terrific coverage that time, again by Sanchez. So Declan Austin, who was such a weapon and has been throughout this game, has the lone touchdown of the game for the Redskins, but he was well covered on that play by Kaysen Sanchez. Sanchez, another one of these three-sport athletes that we talk about. He was an all-conference shortstop last year for the Blue Jays. 2nd and 10. Watson to throw again. Steps away from the pressure. Now rolls, keeps his eyes downfield, and chucks it out there. And it's just over the outstretched arms of Declan Austin.
Again, good job of really moving around, giving some time in the pocket, trying to get Declan open. It was a good job. He made a decent throw, just a little too high thrown on the run.
Good heady play by Watson. Very good coverage. Again by Sanchez, who seems to have taken Declan Austin personally here in the second half.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies is a proud supporter of high school sports in Michiana. They know all about teamwork as they provide components for the aerospace industry, as well as the medical, automotive, military, and defense. IFT, quality is a way of life.
And a timeout taken by Knox. It's sponsored by 1056 Brewing. 3:54 to go in this one. The Redskins desperately trying to get back in it, trailing 21-7 on 46. Folks, this edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week is being brought to us by our friends at TCU, empowering members for 90 years. They're federally insured by the NCUA. You look into that Knox Redskin huddle with Russ Radke trying to direct things here, trying not to suffer his first loss ever in this rivalry. He won all the time when he was at North Judson. He won last year in his first year at Knox.
Yeah, I mean, just a great record in this rivalry between the two teams, and just a great record overall for Russ Radke as well in his 45 years of coaching.
Yeah, 375 wins in 45 seasons. Not too shabby.
Yeah, too shabby.
Redskin faithful trying to make some noise, trailing by 14, 3rd and 10 at the Blue Jay 46. Conroy in motion. Watson was looking for him. Now he'll scramble. Cohen Watson for the first down. Watson up to the 27-yard line.
Our sincere thanks to the wonderful team at St. Andrew's Products for supplying our broadcast team with the finest in apparel. They can do the same for your team, school or business, promotional products, advertising specialties, business gifts, and so much more. Call St. Andrews at 1-800-628-9922 or email us at sales@standrewscorp.com. If you have any questions, our answer is always yes.
1st and 10. It's Kraus dancing in the backfield, now putting the head down and getting 4 yards up to the 23. But again, time the enemy of Knox. And the Redskins will go to the hurry-up offense on 2nd and 6. Watson again hands it to Kraus. Scoots off the right side. He's got the first down. Clock will stop as they move the chains up to the 14-yard line. A long drive here by Knox. Can they get a payoff? 2:53 and counting. Again, the pistol formation. Again, it's Kraus. Ball's not heavy, and he gets out to the 12-yard line. Sanchez, another tackle for North Judson. He's had a whale of a second half.
Yeah, he's had a great second half and really coming up and making some good open field tackles and really stopping them without picking up big gains.
2nd and 8. Knox. Look at that line of scrimmage, really loading up for the run. It's Watson trying to get to the outside. Watson trying to turn the corner. He gets the first down. Did he get the touchdown? Yes, he did.
Good reach, really reached across that line. Gave it all he had on that stretch and that play as well.
Cohen Watson with the touchdown run, his second of the season. It's sponsored by the City of Knox. And the Church of the Heartland replay shows the stretch, and he got it over the line.
Way to use his offhand to give him balance as he was in the air. Knee never touched the ground. He reached that across the line.
Key extra point here by Bryce Yankoskis. He barely got the last one over the crossbar. Snap and set down and the kick are all good. 2:11 to go in regulation, and North Judson clinging to a 7-point lead on Knox.
I think the biggest thing is Knox had to burn one of their timeouts on that drive, so they're only down to 2 timeouts now. They got to come up with a huge stop with North Judson.
Up at the top of the line of scrimmage here, I want you to check out the play here by Watson at the top of your screen. And watch this stretch that he makes. The young man is 6'2", and somehow, with divots flying, used the bare hand, like you said, to brace himself and put it on into the end zone. That's a big-time play.
Yeah, what a great play by Watson, just kind of coming out, reading it, taking the contact, and as he takes the contact, he fills himself out to reach over and make that play.
Wasn't quite a full-fledged hold on the corner, maybe just a hold. Not a hold by Trevor Bussey that time to help spring his man. So now the question is here, Bo, if you're Knox, 2:11 left, you got 2 timeouts, do you kick it deep and try to get the 3 and out or onside kick?
No, you got 2 chances here to actually score. One is you got to kick the onside kick. That's your first chance of getting the ball back. The other chance is to stopping them with your timeout. So instead of just kicking it and having only one option of stopping them, now you have 2 options. You got to kick the onside kick as well.
And as we widen out on this North Judson shot here, you see 6 guys all the way up here at the 50-yard line, and there's another 4 right behind them. The only deep man is Cheyenne Allen. He's all the way back at the 20. Now, I don't know what onside kicks Russ Radke's team has worked on, but you almost feel like if you hit it up high in the air, you might be able to run a guy down there. Instead, Conroy with the squib kick, and North Judson falls on it right at the 48-yard line. Terrific play by Owen Frazier, as the young man who's a member of the baseball team handled the ground ball.
Of course, you got to put the baseball players over there so they can field that ground ball.
Now Brett Lambert talking to his quarterback, Aldrich Harper, who himself has had a whale of a game. Actually, he's sending the play in here with one of the guards, the center, Hunter Redland, bringing the play in. Well, if anybody's going to know snap count, better be that guy.
Yeah.
So from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. 2:08 to go. Knox with 2 timeouts left. The handoff made to the big fullback. And taking it up to the Knox 45-yard line that time is Cheyenne Allen. And Allen carries for 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3. Russ Radke waiting to use his timeouts here. And actually where they spot it, it'll be 2nd and 2 at the Knox 44. And there you see Russ really trying to encourage his defense to get some surge against this North Judson offensive line. Easier said than done. 2nd and 2. Allen again, left side, first down, and that could be the ball game as he takes it up to the 34-yard line, or 39-yard line, excuse me. 1st and 10 with 1:19 left, and now Russ Radke has to burn one of those timeouts. It's sponsored by 1056 Brewing. A reminder, next week on TV 46, more high school football for you. The two largest schools in the area go head-to-head when Elkhart goes on over to Freed Field to take on Penn in the Northern Indiana Conference opener for both teams. We'll have it for you on TV 46 Friday night at 11, Saturday morning at 9 on your home for high school football, TV 46. And we certainly want to thank everybody at both North Judson St. Pierre High School and Knox High School for their cooperation with this week's broadcast. First time we've come down here to Community Field. We've been treated wonderfully by everybody here, and hopefully those of you, and there have been many watching on the live stream tonight, sponsored by the Patrick Auto Group, have enjoyed what you've been seeing. Big crowd still here at Knox, hoping the home team can somehow pull off a miracle and get their 6th straight win in the series. Meanwhile, over on the other side, those North Judson students have never seen a football win over Knox in their tenure at North Judson High School. They may be a minute 19 from celebrating here tonight. It's 1st and 10. Is this victory formation for the Blue Jays? Knox with only one timeout left. Harper keeps it himself, runs with the football and hangs on to it. That's the main thing here as he takes it up to the 33, and there is Knox with its last timeout. It's sponsored by 1056 Brewing. So a reminder, on Pulse FM and 103.1 FM, we have college football on Saturday. Purdue going to UConn. The Huskies have a brand new coach this week, and the Boilermakers trying to go 2-0. Can Xander Horvath out of Marion lead the Boilermakers to victory? We'll find out 3 o'clock on all 3 of our stations. And then Saturday night on 103.1 FM, Tom Allen leads the Indiana Hoosiers into battle against the Vandals of Idaho. Hear all the action at 7:30 on your home for Big Ten football, Pulse FM. Let's go downstairs for a Bills Heating sideline report. Bo Hunt, you are everywhere on this field tonight. What's it like down there?
Yeah, you guys got me running around. I think the biggest difference, coming down here that we didn't see up there was it's actually pretty wet out here. A lot of moisture on the field. So we noticed a little bit of the slipping and sliding from up top. Didn't really know if that was the case, but yes, it is very wet down here on the ground.
2nd and 4. Now with Knox out of timeouts, Harper keeps it himself on the quarterback sneak. Is close to the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. But North Judson can truly go into victory formation here because they can burn another 30 seconds here, take the clock down to 24, take a knee, and this ball game will be virtually over. So the Blue Jays will go to 4-0 on the season with a big date with Winnemac next week. Only a top 10 showdown between two Hoosier North Athletic Conference powers. Knox will fall to 1-3, but Russ Radke's team showed a lot of grit here in the second half tonight and gave the Blue Jays quite a ball game here at Community Field. There's the victory formation. There's the kneel down. And the North Judson Blue Jays get to do something they haven't done in 6 seasons, celebrate a victory over Knox. They'll be dancing in the streets of North Judson and St. Pierre tonight as the Blue Jays get the victory over the Redskins by the count of 21-14. Now stick around. Our Silver Leaf Florist and Boutique postgame show comes your way with our player of the game. That's all next on this edition of the 46 Game of the Week.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you by
Brett Lambert and his North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays don't want to leave Community Field, not after a 21-14 win over arch rival Knox. Welcome everybody to the Silver Leaf Florist and Boutique post-game show. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hunt high above the fray. Actually, you're everywhere. You're down on the field during this post-game show. You're up here. And everywhere describes really the performance of the North Judson defense most of the night.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people talk about this offense, but this defense is no joke. I mean, they're 10 quarters coming into this game that nobody scored on them. The 2 quarters were kind of some big plays and maybe weren't quite all the starters in those situations. So this defense came up huge.
Knox tested them tonight, but North Judson really came out firing on all cylinders and had some great quarterback play tonight, and that's one of the reasons we selected Aldrich Harper of North Judson St. Pierre as our player of the game. Bo interviewed him down on the field just moments ago.
Standing by with our player of the game, Aldrich Harper. First off, congratulations with a great victory out there. First time in 6 years that North Judson's been able to beat Knox. Just thoughts on this victory?
Through middle school I watched. It was just tough games. Last year, it was a dogfight. We got shut out, and this year I feel like we came ready to play. We wanted it.
You guys come out, you guys are a flex bone, you guys are a running team, but yet you guys came out 2 big, huge pass play touchdowns early in the game.
We planned that from the start. That was game plan from the beginning of the year. We just made it happen. Second time's a charm, I guess.
Getting out of that quick start, that was probably huge for you guys as well.
Yeah, really, sorry.
No, that's good. You guys, the biggest thing is also as well, you guys have so many weapons. Just talk about your teammates and how many weapons you guys have and how many people, different people can score.
All our seniors, Owen, Brennan, they're great players, great teammates. Through high and lows, they keep us up. Cheyenne, he's my best friend. He runs the ball hard. All our linemen, they block hard. We explode off the line. They get every yard we can.
Big showdown next week with Winnemac. Just thoughts on that game?
We're ready to play. Last year we lost in sectional. We don't want it. We want it.
Hey, thanks for being our player of the game.
Thank you.
Very focused, guys.
I think that's true. Very focused team down there, and they'll have to continue to be focused to beat John Hendricks and Winnemac next week in the top 10 showdown in Class 1A. As for Knox, they sit at 1-3 right now. I think it'd be a mistake to count them out, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think with Russ Radke, he's going to go back to the drawing board a little bit, make some fixes, and they're going to prep themselves for the playoff run. I mean, at this point, they got 2 losses in the conference. Again, North Judson and Winnemac are going to play each other next week. One of them will have a loss, but I'm not sure if anybody will get to that 2-loss mark. So you got to really move forward to that sectional aspect.
And folks, if you look at the Hoosier North Athletic Conference with teams like Winnemac, North Judson, Pioneer, you can't count them out at any time. And LaVille gave them fits last week. That's a really good football conference.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good, smaller classes, but they come to play every single game. And they got guys, for the majority, 6, 7, sometimes 8 guys going both ways. They're going to give it their all on offense and defense.
Again, our thanks to everybody in the communities of North Judson, St. Pierre, and Knox for their support this week. And our thanks to our TV 46 crew who helped bring you this one, led by Dean Korsmo, doing it all with the help of a great staff behind him who show their passion each and every Friday night for high school football. Now, a reminder, we've got college football on the radio on Saturday. It's Purdue and UConn at 3 on Pulse FM. And at 103.1 at 7:30, it's Indiana and Idaho. And then next Friday night, more high school football for you on TV 46. The big boys of the NIC, the Elkhart Lions and the Penn Kingsmen get together at Freed Field. We'll bring it to you next Friday night at 11 o'clock and Saturday morning at 9. Now, from our broadcast partner, the Hall of Famer Bo Hunt, Chuck Freeby, the final, North Judson beats Knox 21-14. So long from Stark County.